I'm Rachel Knipe. I'm the founder and CEO of Women in Tech and Entrepreneurship, and I'm so honored to have so many of you joining us from Florida and beyond tonight. We are very excited to present this workshop to you today, led by our very own member in Jacksonville, Alla Koretsky. We're going to get some amazing guidance on how to lead smarter with AI and how to enhance our personal and professional lives with AI tools. I have been using AI tools for almost all of our business functions for a really long time now. And the last time I saw Alla's presentation, I learned a lot. So I'm confident that whether you're seasoned or a beginner, you're going to find some value in this. For those of you who aren't familiar with Women in Tech and Entrepreneurship, we are a completely dues-free organization. We don't charge anyone anything to participate. We have about 5,000 women that are members of our communities, and we've supported them with over 100 free events in the last 2 years. We put on everything from social happy hours to educational events like this to near-peer mentorship with the goal of supporting women's ambitious goals. We like to say you don't have to be in tech. You don't have to be in entrepreneurship. You don't even have to be a lady to join us. Everyone finds value in the community that we've created. And this is why we're 3 times more diverse than the tech sector as a whole. And every day we get new success stories of members who are breaking into tech, who are starting their businesses, finding their co-founders, and finding investors. If you have not yet joined us as a member, again, it is free to do so. You can scan that QR code that we have up. Also follow up with you all with an email on more information. We do have some leadership opportunities across the state to join our community as chapter chairs and as ambassadors. We'll make sure you get follow-up information about that as well as the resources from today. Alla is going to include time for questions. If you have a question during the presentation, please use the hand up feature. If you're new to Google Meet, look at that little bottom bar on your screen and there's a little hand there. And then if you are in the chat, please network with the women that are joining us from around the state. We're expecting around 100 throughout the evening, weather allowing, as many of us are being impacted by Helene. And we want you to drop your LinkedIns in there, meet some new friends, and keep the momentum going. With that said, I'm excited to introduce Alla. She is a metaverse founder, an AI guru, an amazing champion for women in tech and entrepreneurship. And she is really generously lending us our expertise tonight. So can we get a round of applause for Alla?
Thank you. You're very sweet. I'm happy to be here. And yeah, happy to bring some value back to the community. I joined this network back in January, I guess. I think you guys just opened your Jacksonville chapter. So I felt like I needed some female energy around me and wanted to connect with other badass, women that are doing incredible things in the world, and have been joining, all the monthly networking events. I think I missed a few in the summertime, but for the most part, it's always great to meet other women, to talk about professional things that we're doing, personal things that we're doing, and, it's just to help each other in some capacity. I always end all my calls and all of my, opportunities when I meet other women. It's like, how can I help? I'm a big believer is, what value can you provide for others? And, it's things are going to come back to you anyways. So you have to always give. So I hope that the value that you get today, guys, is just a beginning. Everyone's kind of in their own journey. Some people, are curious, and some people have been using AI for a while. But I hope sort of what I am going to provide to you guys today is going to be useful, like I said, in your personal and your professional lives. So how do we, work smarter, not harder? There's going to be plenty of time at the end for questions. We can actually go, if you have a specific question in mind pertaining to your business or whatever venture you're working on. So we'll definitely have a lot of Q&A at the end and time to network. Okay, so let me start sharing. Okay, so let me see which one is the presenter screen. 1 second. Oh, now it kicks off. 1 second. Okay, so it should be a window. No, it's gone. I had it in our testing thing, presenter window, and that's about it. Presentation. Is
There's
this one good?
You sound great. There's a little box at the bottom. There you go.
It's
You're up.
on, right? Okay, cool.
Perfect.
Okay, awesome. So thank you again for coming out today and spending some time here with us and hopefully learning something new. So when I was thinking about what kind of workshop can be provided, I thought about what value, again, could I provide to the women of tech and entrepreneurship. And in today's fast-paced world, we are all juggling a million things and, running maybe several businesses or have different ventures or managing different clients and teams. And on top of it all, also balancing our personal lives, right? That never ends. So, what if there was a tool to kind of simplify it all, right? And this workshop, I hope, is going to give you the edge that's, designed specifically for WTU members. And how do we use chatbots that I'm going to show you how to do that can essentially, hopefully, will save you time and transform how you work and automate your tasks and give you the ability to slow down with other things and free up some time and, for things that really matter, and free up time for you to actually make strategic decisions, eliminating the daily sort of mundane tasks that can be automated and streamlined with AI. So who am I? Just real quick, I'm Alla Koretsky. I recently, like I said, relocated to Jacksonville. I spent over 15 years working in fashion, business development, brand partnership, tech innovation. I worked with startups from the very beginning to acquisition, starting my own startup in 2019 around Web3 industry. And really was kind of always in this like emerging, bleeding edge technology space. Always love as a kid, learning new things and, seeing kind of what is coming next and being able to identify trends and, seeing how I can translate that into the businesses that I was a part of, whether I was, just working or, as a partner. Or even, my own business. And so I started Hey Alla, which is my own agency last year, and really wanted to, I saw essentially how new technologies can feel overwhelming, right? And for a lot of women specifically that I would talk to, they would get intimidated by the way the information was presented to them. So my goal is to make this tech not only accessible, but also practical for businesses, for your personal lives. So yeah, we're here to explore how you can start using this cutting edge tech, elevate your business, and enhance your personal life. The presentation outline, so we're going to just get into a little bit what is AI, what is sort of the application, just to get your brain excited and start thinking about all the things that are possible. We're going to think about, what are the implications that will start today and some use cases. And then the really fun stuff is really getting into the workshop stuff. So we'll actually build your own chatbot. I'll show you some of my favorite tools that I've been using for the past few months. And at the end, we'll have some live, Q&A if you want to come up to the stage and kind of give me a use case or maybe a business that you're working on or considering on launching. So we'll actually have some hands-on time as well. Okay, so raise your hand if you ever wished you had a robot or assistant to help you. Or, someone that can alleviate a lot of your personal stuff or help you around the house, or, plan your calendar, plan your, monthly shopping schedule, or figure out what activities to do with your kids. So, the good news is that the future is here. Like, it's all possible now. Today, we're going to dive into the world of AI and uncover how this powerful tech is already transforming the way we live and work. And here's the best part. As women in tech and entrepreneurship, we are uniquely positioned to harness the superpowers of AI to enhance both your professional and personal lives. So we're going to demystify what AI can give you in practical and actionable strategies and start incorporating into your daily routines. I promise you, no robot takeovers. By the end of the presentation, you'll be able to speak fluent AI to impress your friends and your next dinner party. And we can identify ways to streamline your workflows, make better decisions, and discover how AI can help you achieve your goal, whether it's personal or at work. So, okay, we're gonna dive in. Let's start by taking a closer look. What is artificial intelligence, or AI? Okay, so we know AI is a big deal and it's transforming the world around us. I'm sure you hear about it, see about it every single day. So let's take a step back and get a quick refresher on the fundamentals of artificial intelligence. At its core, AI is the ability for machines and computer systems to perform tasks that would typically require human intelligence, such as learning, problem solving, and decision making, and even creative expressions, right? So it's all about empowering technology to mimic and augment human cognitive abilities. Some of the core capabilities include natural language processing, so understanding and interpreting human language. Computer vision, which is the ability or capacity rather to identify and process images and videos in the same way that humans do. And machine learning, so the power to learn from data and make decisions without being programmed for those things, right, on particular tasks. These AI superpowers are being applied in all sorts of fascinating ways, and we'll get through that later. Think virtual assistants, they can understand your requests, right? Or when you ask Siri to turn on the lights, it knows to turn on lights in the living room. So these are all AIs that have been in our lives for quite some time now. The possibilities are truly endless, and let's dive into sort of some applications. So we'll go through business applications and through some personal applications. So AI isn't just theoretical, right? It's a practical tool that's being used across different sectors. In healthcare, we're seeing AI as the ability to recognize genetic information, personalized medicine. This is like really, truly groundbreaking what's being done in healthcare industry right now. AI is combating fraud and finance fields and, enhancing trading efficiencies. In retail, we're seeing, AI being able to understand your shopping patterns and make predictions on what you are going to like next, right? That's been around forever with anytime you're going on Google Shopping or on Amazon. It's also enhancing and optimizing our supply chains, knowing, where the bottlenecks and figuring out how it can clear it before the problem arrives. In manufacturing, we're seeing AI predicting, when machine will fail or before it happens, ensuring continuous production. In automotive sectors, it's all about self-driving cars and, revolutionizing the way these cars are built overall. So think about the last time you interacted with any of these industries. Was there an AI at work? Often it's yes, the answer is yes, and it's been seamlessly integrated into our lives without us really knowing or thinking about it. In personal lives, and we're seeing how AI is transforming, things like smart homes and smart home automations. Like I said, controlling the environments that we're in, or temperatures, or adjusting the music. health and fitness, right? All of these devices are now AI empowered. The wearable devices are, most of them are AI powered at this point. So where they can track your fitness goals and, motivate you to work out more, consume less, whatever it may be, take more steps, right? To keep you guys all on track. Entertainment, everything we watch and listen is probably, everything is personalized through AI, through data that has been analyzed to make the suggestions that are relevant to you. Managing your finances, AI assists with budgeting and investing and making, health more accessible to everyone. And education, AI adapts to our learning styles, making personal and professional developments faster and more effective. So consider the device and service you use every day. How many are AI powered, right? It's more than you think. AI's influence is pervasive, not just how we work, but also in how we live, learn, and play. Next, we'll start looking at some tools in detail, but if you're already sort of having your brain starting to work, like what fields have been touched by AI? How am I already surrounded by AI? And what are the steps that I should start taking if you're considering and integrating AI into your life? So having seen the potential, right? How can we start integrating this powerful technology into our daily routines? So I would say begin by assessing your daily activities. Where could you use some help? Is it managing your time better? Is it staying on top of your health? Is it perhaps learning something new, right? Is it managing your kids' schedules? Once you identify what your needs are, once you know where you need help, the next step is really to find the right tools. So there's numerous AI applications out there. Choosing the right one is crucial. And I'll provide some recommendations where to get started depending on what your goals are. So after selecting your tools, it's time to set them up. Most AI tools offer guides, and there's plenty of YouTube tutorials that you can watch. Most of these AI tools are now giving you free trials that you can do for a day or a week or a month, whatever it may be. So it's really kind of building your set of tools that are relevant to you, your goals, and what you need. Obviously, integration is important. AI isn't just a one-time setup. It's a learning process. So engaging with tutorials is important, but also engaging with the product, using AI on a daily basis is important. It's called prompting. The more information you're kind of giving AI, the more information it's going to retain through memory, and you can build sort of on top of it. So dedicate some time on a daily basis to use it. That's, for me, the best way that I have learned is through actually integrating the systems and using it on a daily basis. And lastly, it is important to consider the ethical implications and ensure the privacy is protected. I always suggest, review the privacy settings and understand that how the data is being used and how the information that you're putting into your AIs is being used. Are the language models being trained on your information? Are you okay with that or not? So definitely look at those. Let's just start thinking about what are some things that can enhance your life and what would be something that you would like to learn with the tools that are going to be provided. So we've kind of explored how AI can streamline both your professional and personal lives. Let's delve deeper into one sort of the big topic that I'm going to get into right now is generative pre-trained AIs, which are called GPTs. So what are standard GPT models are pretty amazing already, but you can get a whole lot more out of this technology once you customize it. And honestly, this has been just life-changing for me, and the only way that I interact with OpenAI currently. So what are custom GPTs and why you should use them? So custom GPTs have been trained on even a greater number of data points and examples, which allows them to delve deeper into the topic, specific vertical that we're asking them to do. So, imagine customer service or telecom or managing personal diet plans. It means that the AI is better fitted to you and your use case, which makes them more accurate as a result. It's essentially speaking your language, so it understands your needs. That translates to quicker response times, happier customers from a business point of view, right? It's in an individual sense. It seems like a tailored, much more targeted guidance and help. So imagine having a company that implements GPTs in a way for their support system, right? So the feedback that they get is faster. It's more in tune with the company's brand values and the way they speak. On a personal, imagine having a personal assistant, right, that can keep track of your timetables and your health requirements and your schedules. And so, just really kind of and envision with what your goals are. And so every time you speak with that GPT, it's very, fine-tuned and information that you receive back. GPTs, aren't just writing text. They can totally change the way we live and work. And we can dive into sort of each individual one, but some of the use cases highlight, for when it comes to writing, GPTs are like business secret weapon, right? They're cranking out high quality, engaging content that's in tune with your brand, with your branding. For images and designs, the models can create, brand styles and pushing creativity to a whole completely new level, with the base level and a knowledge base level of what your company is about or what the client's needs are. So all of this is can be kind of kept in a knowledge base, and I'll show you what I mean after that. So today we're kicking off an adventure much like the launch of the Apple Store. So remember how the App Store transformed our phones with apps, right? And we had everything from games to productivity. GPT stores are doing the same thing for AI. The GPTs, the custom GPTs, can be found in the GPT stores, and we'll do a little walkthrough of that. Just as the App Store offers a variety of apps to enhance your lives, GPT stores provide AI-powered tools to boost your work and personal tasks. We'll explore how each individual one can transform your lives. And just a fun fact, just in the past month, there's been over 330,000 GPTs that have been created, with 43 million conversations. These are different chats that have been started through these custom GPTs. And at this time, there's no monetization that's attached to it. You know how the app stores, the apps can be bought for $1, $10, whatever, but right now there's no monetary aspect attached to it. People are creating these GPTs. There's companies that are creating these GPTs, but no one is monetizing on these yet, but it's in the pipeline. It's on the roadmap. So again, here are some of the GPTs, custom GPTs that you will find in a GPT store. Everything from writing articles, SEO optimization, ad copyright. You have visuals, right? So, GPT tools that will help you with logo creation and image generation and AI persona creators. I mean, it's every week there's different tools. We have even companies like Canva now creating their own GPTs that are directly integrated into the OpenAI store. And so you can literally create campaigns just from words, and it will link you to the Canva presentations or social media articles. Pretty incredible. You know, you have your research and analysis tools, right? So, you know, Consensus is a huge, you know, a research assistant. So tons and tons of data that's available to you that can be now used for your writings, your books, your publications, your YouTube videos. So for programmers, we have everything from coding assistants and website builders. You know, on educational front, if you're a teacher, you can create lesson plans. If, you know, there's math tutors, transcripts, you know, anything pertaining to any topic under the sky, you can get lost there. For lifestyle, you know, you have assistants, you have dream readers, astrology. I mean, it goes on and on and on. And probably every day there's probably a new GPT that comes out on the market, and some of them you can keep private if you're building them, and some of them you can actually publish them for everyone else to use. So that's where you see it at the stores, at the GPT store, kind of being presented, and you'll see reviews, you'll see sort of people's comments of them using this GPT. So we'll get into a bit of, I'm going to start screen sharing and actually showing you sort of the back end, how to build your GPT, and some of the cool apps that I've been using that I think you guys will find beneficial. Do you guys, anyone have questions in the meantime? Anyone want to ask something before I jump into my other screens? Cool. Angela. Oh my God, I just butchered that.
No, you're perfectly fine. Hi, thank you. I came in a little bit late, but I wanted to ask, you were going through so much amazing information so quickly. Will we have access to these later? And then the second question is, when it comes to creating things, I've been hearing kind of conflicting things. Are you able to, if you create something using AI, copyright or trademark something that you've created, your logo? I've heard like you can't really protect it if you're using AI or any type of copy, that you can also, if it's AI assisted or AI generated, you're not able to copyright. Is that correct? Do you know?
Are you talking about if you have original content that you're putting into OpenAI, how is that being protected for copyright issues? Is that what you're asking?
More like if you're using AI to help generate content for a blog or anything, if you create something that's AI assisted, is it still something that you can copyright?
So Alla might have some ideas about this, but we do have several IP and trademark attorneys in our community. And Rosangela, I think you're in our Slack. So I do encourage you to go to the resources tab in Slack and post and ask for the expert guidance on that too, because Alla is an AI expert, but still not an IP attorney.
Not an IP, but yes, exactly. I would ask someone that knows exactly how to answer that, because I can guess, but that's great, Rachel. Thank you so much for bringing that up. I didn't even know we had someone in the community. I actually have a question.
Yeah, we have several. So I can connect anybody who has specific questions on that, if curious. And, you know, the trademark is complex, and I won't derail our AI conversation on this, but there are teams that can help you do research on trademark. Just because it was created with AI doesn't mean that you can't trademark it. It just has to be distinct from other things that are out there.
Yeah, don't just copy and paste right into your own book and say, well, this has been written by me. Like so there needs to be your own personal value added to whatever document you're putting out, that you're using AI as an assistant, right? So that's as far as I can tell from a non-professional background in IP. Yeah. Okay, so let me share my screen. Anyone else want to jump in, have any questions so far? And I think, yes, there is a recording that will be shared with everyone that has attended this. Okay, so let me do a window. or should I do entire screen? How does that work? Let me do entire screen. Okay. So, ooh, okay. Do you guys see my screen now?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, perfect. So this is ChatGPT for anyone that is new to this space, that has never used it before. There's a million tools that are out there. I always come back to ChatGPT, and especially with this custom GPTs that we're going to be exploring today, that's what I come back to all the time. So because it's specific to me, it's has great feedback, is as long as you're kind of training it correctly, and which hopefully I will show you how to do that today, at least kind of set you on your path. So this is a GPT store. I'm calling it a store. I'm not sure if they're calling it a store, but for me, it very much reminds me of sort of the beginnings of the App Store. So here you can create your own versions of GPTs. These are the categories that we've talked about before. So they're divided into writing, productivity, right? Research and analysis, education. The top ones are usually the most popular ones. You can go into each individual one, and you'll have here, there's been 6 million conversations. So that's, a pretty big one, meaning conversations being chats that have been started with this GPT. There should be reviews. I don't know why they used to pop up right away. But essentially, these are GPTs that have been built by others. And you'll have some that are more popular than others. This is, you see, by ChatGPT. And then there's by other creators. You'll see these are other creators that have created this specific GPT. So for me, I build, these are the GPTs that I have built so far and that I'm using pretty much on regular basis. So I'll have, everything from a client that I'm working with to my Airbnb business, my event guru. I have, this is, another client. So essentially I can have, these are custom GPTs that have been created by me. How do you create one? Let me show you GPTs, explore GPTs, and here's your create button. This is the sort of the view that you're conversating with, and this is the preview view. So go to the create, and it's asking you what is GPT, like what's the job that it's supposed to do, right? So it's even giving an example how to phrase it. So make a creative who helps generate visuals or new products. We can create, hold on 1 second. I see a ping. Let me just make sure that I have my.
It's just me. We have a couple of questions in the chat about whether these features are available in the free version of GPT or only the paid version.
Great question. And thanks, Rachel. If you want to interrupt me at any point, because I'm sharing the screen, so I don't know if someone's asking something specific. So
I definitely moderate.
Yes, this is only available for the paid version. The paid version is $20 a month. You have a lot of features in that free version, and for anyone that's not using GPT, start with that. Start experimenting. Creating custom GPTs is only for the Plus users. But honestly, it's the best $20 you'll ever spend in your life. And there's a million tools that are out there. Save the money, just go with ChatGPT. And this is not sponsored. I don't work for them. I wish, but it's literally the only thing that I use.
You may not wish right now because they're having some major turnover, but
I do too.
If you think about the cost of like an EA or an entry-level marketer or any number of the professionals that you might hire to do these things for you,
yeah.
It is by far the best deal that you can get. There's one more question I have in here. Lisa is asking about whether or not the GPT systems train on her data, and she's also asked if there are any GP or any AI systems that will not train on the data that she enters.
So there is a way to customize this that you check off that you don't want these GPTs, the data from these GPTs to be trained by you. So it's in the settings. You have to go to it and turn it off. A lot of people don't know about it, but I'll show you how to do it here. So most of my, like, especially all the GPTs that I have built, there's, you know, I don't want this data to be trained. If I'm just going into a regular chat, and I'm asking, you know, how do I build, you know, how do I help with this algebra for, you know, my 9th grader, whatever, I don't care, right? If that information is being trained on, they're just trying to figure out, you know, how to build the platform better, right? But there's like specific GPTs that are mine GPTs. You opt out and you say, I don't want the data to be trained on this information. Does that make sense? Okay, so let's move on. So explore GPTs, create GPTs. So here's your create or configure. You can go into the configure end where you're putting in specific the name of your GPT, the description, what it's going to do, the instructions, all of that. Or you can start really simply. So you can say, you know, personal assistant. Just let's do a personal assistant. You can give this more information. I'll show you how we can build on that if you're specifically using it as like a team, like a new employee for your company, for instance, right? So are we okay with a taskmate? Sure. And again, this is no coding required. You're literally just having a conversation. It's now going to give you sort of beginner questions, or like, how can you, like, opening questions, right? And it can be essentially all change. So now it's just creating a profile picture that will show up as your taskmate, personal assistant. Okay, they'll do the picture later. So essentially, when you go into configure, this is the name, this is the description, this is the instructions, here are the conversation starters, and again, these can be all changed. You know, help me plan for the week, whatever. All of these can be changed. These can be taken out. Knowledge base are essentially, what are the documents that you want to upload in here? Maybe these are your book, right? Or copies of your articles that you've written. So it understands a bit about you. It understands your tone of voice. You can give instructions into here actually with the tone of voice as well. You can add the code interpreter. I always have this on in case you do want to analyze some data. This is available. So this is just like a very simple one. I'll show you how to do one that's a little bit more complicated. So you can, you know, like I said, upload any kind of documents here, whether it's your resume, right? Whether it's your anything that you think imagine if you're hiring a personal assistant for yourself, what information would you give to them that will, you know what I mean, make it relevant? How do you train someone to learn more about you, right? So just, that's where you would add anything here in terms of knowledge base. And, you know, at this point, you can start testing it out. You can, you know, change the language to be more formal or funny, whatever. So it's going to be constantly updating it. So now we're ready. We are going to create this. Here it's asking you the option. Is it just for me? Is it something that you're going to be sharing with someone? So if you want to share this assistant with your spouse, your husband, your child, whatever, or if this is where you want to publish it to the store. So now it's creating this GPT for you. Here's a way for you to share it. And now you have your taskmate. Again, this is more of a personal thing. You know, we are traveling with a family of 5 to Costa Rica next week. Help me with packing for my family for 5 days and 6 nights. Okay, so it's giving me my packing list. I can break it down even more, that, you know, the age of each child, whatever. You can always stop this. Here's where you can provide feedback. If this is kind of, it trains you, it trains the AI how to respond better next time. But before that, let me just show you, 1 second. And I'm sure there's more capabilities with the business. I've been using just the pro version for the personal. So here you have your settings, personalization. So here's, you have the memory. You can turn the memory off and on. So it will remember things that I have said. If you don't want this to stay in memory, you can clear that. You know, here's all the memories that it has remembered. Again, up to you if you want to clear that once in a while. You have, let's build their profile. There was a way, maybe I turned it off and now this option is not coming up. I'll show you where the other part that I was talking about before that, how you can turn it off. I don't see it now in my settings. I wonder because I turned it off. It's now not learning from the data. I'll provide some feedback on that. But let me just show you. So this is, we just built a very simple GPT, right? That's just like a personal assistant. Now, let's look at it from like a business point of view. For instance, if you are trying to launch a business, if you have an idea for a business, if you have an idea for launching a product or an extension of a product offering, right? This is one of the tools that I have been using for my clients, which is great. This is free. You can essentially put in any, and this is, I was playing yesterday with it. So essentially you can put in any idea for a business. Does anyone have an idea for a business that they want to just bring up here, and we'll kind of work through the entire like cycle of how to build a GPT specifically for that business? Does anyone just give me any idea?
How about car wash where they also have nail salon, so you don't waste your time while the car
wash with a nail salon, right? Okay. So this essentially takes an idea for you, and it's using lean startup methodology. Basically breaks it down for you, and it gives you your business prototype, how to talk to your customers. It gives you your problem solution, unique value proposition. I mean, this used to take days to do, or thousands of dollars for you to hire an agency for them to build out this this entire prototype for you. So it's pretty incredible that you can do
Does
this.
it make projections for 2,
So,
3,
yeah.
5, 10 years?
So it gives you a critical hypothesis. So here it gives you sort of desirability score. It gives you viability score, feasibility, viability. You can also.
What is this resource again?
It's called Go Zigzag.
Thank you.
It's great. So here you can even get into, here's your mission: provide a convenient and unique experience for customers by combining car wash service with a nail salon, promoting self-care and relaxation in a fast-paced world. It's giving you the vision and giving you brand value. It even gives you some names that you can use, right, for this nail salon. Pamper Wash, Glam Spot. You have an elevator pitch that's now provided to you. You can see your, problem solution, your customer segments. You can go into each individual at once. You have your personas.
That's cool.
Right? What are the
You
possible?
hire people and spends months and money for that, and now you can do it that easily.
Okay, so now.
Hi, I had a quick question.
Yes.
Hi. So the data that I put in there about the idea
Yeah.
and to go zigzag, can I opt out in the same way that I can opt out with ChatGPT and OpenAI? I mean, this would be a great tool to like harvest business ideas. You know what I mean? Like if someone wasn't on the up and up.
There's a million ideas. Most of the ideas that you've had are not original ideas. It's the execution part. That's
Gotcha.
just
Gotcha.
sure you can opt out, but just FYI, everyone has ideas. How do you actually execute on it?
Oh man, Alla, so I'm not special. That's what you're saying. I'm not like the most brilliant. I'm not the most brilliant person.
We're all special, and everyone has ideas.
I hear you. I have one last question, if you don't mind. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Rachel.
Because that comes up a lot with our community, and it keeps us from getting the help that we need. If someone else hasn't had the idea, it might not be good. There may be a reason why not too. So, you got to trust in yourself, and to Alla's point, trust in your execution. But I will get off my soapbox there. I just
absolutely.
You see, when we mentor people, they're like, well, we can't tell you the idea. And then we're like, we can't help you. We don't have time to steal your idea.
Yeah, exactly. We're working on our own ideas, right? So
I did have one, if you don't mind. I'm sorry. I just did have one question. So where are they pulling the data to create the business prototype? Like, have they looked at business plans? Like, has it trained on a series of information? Like,
yeah, so the information comes from everything kind of available on the World Wide Web, right? And so essentially, what is AI? It's essentially taking many, many, many data points and analyzing it and presenting the information in the way that's most relevant to us.
So they're not giving any like large language model profile to say, hey, this is a small snippet of where we're getting this data from.
It's using Lean Canvas prototype. So that's probably where the information, here's the resource library where the information is probably coming here. Let's check it out.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so there is, if you want to go down, I just don't want to get stuck in here. But
exactly, yes.
So why I'm showing you this is now essentially we can copy this information, right? This becomes as our like backbone knowledge document, right? And just for the time's sake, we're going to just do this. So we're now taking a doc, right? This becomes our first doc for our business rough idea, right? Our rough business plan, right? If that's what you want to call it. So car wash, right? So we're now just downloading it. It's a PDF file is what the GPT will ask for. Now we will create a GPT that will be specifically for this car wash business. So car wash, we had some cool names for it, right? What was it? Let's go back to the name. Let's name it.
Glam Stop.
What? Say it again.
It was Glam Stop or
Gleam
something
Spot,
like that.
Lux Leather. What do we like? What do we like? Gloss Glow.
Glam Spot. Oh,
Glam Spot. Glam Spot. Let's see that. Okay. So Glam Spot car wash business partner. Okay. So think of it as a business partner where you can dump ideas, talk strategy. This is kind of our first one that we're building for our business. Sure. Sorry. We can now, upload a logo if we already have one or some idea. Well, it's going to give you something, right? So it's generating the image. So now GPT serves as a business partner for a car wash company called Glam Spot, right? So we just pull this information. Now as the knowledge base, we're now uploading this document that we just pulled together, right? That has the persona, everything in here. Sorry, I don't know why I did that. Okay, we can go ahead and create just me, or if you want to share it with someone on your team already, this is where you would do it. Okay. So here we can now test what is my mission. Okay. And here we know it's time saving, convenient, right? So it's pulling things from here. What are some of my perfect customer personas? Put it in table formats. Let's see. Because then this way we can just pull this information directly into like an Excel sheet. So now it's giving you possible customer personas, and we can go on and on and on here, right? But that's seconds. How long it'll take us? 5 minutes, and we have like half our business plan already done. And again, the more conversations you now have with this growth partner, the better the outcome will be, right? So we'll remember, oh, we just contacted the first 5 customers. We've asked them for, the customer reviews. What was that? We even have here customer interviews, right? Now we can say, okay, here are the customer personas. Here are the customer interviews. We can put the data back into our growth partner GPT, and it will create analytics back. How can we position ourselves better in the competitive market, right? Here, it just created a landing page for you. Yes, it's not amazing, but it gives you like a starting point of, like key benefits are great, right? It's like features, what are the features? So they're constantly updating this. I think their new thing is, they're going to be connecting mentors with this. There's always like perks. So check out this Go Zigzag if you are trying to launch a business, have some ideas, want to expand on a product line, etc. So that's one of my favorites. Then now you're ready to, from your business, you're ready to now start creating marketing content. This one is great, big view. Here you're able to create scripts and actually record yourself. There's teleprompters that can help you record. They can even track your eye contact. So when you're actually reading from the teleprompter to record an ad, it will adjust your eyes to show that you're making eye contact. You can create ad pages directly from here. The phone version is a lot better. the desktop version is not as like intuitive, but if you are creating content for your business, where you're doing, you know, videos of you talking about your product or your service, look into Big View. You can put in scripts in here, and again, you can take your elevator pitch. So for instance, you can do new script. You can now take your, where is it? You can now take, provide me a script for a 1-minute ad talking about the business. Okay, so you have a script here in seconds, you put that into Big View, you hit record, and you have a commercial that's ready to be published to all of your social media platforms, right? So check out Big View. Now this is a, now you wanna make, I don't know, a jingle for your car wash. So let's create a jingle. You can create, I don't know, give me a style of music. What's everyone listening to? So create
Hip hop.
K-pop, yeah.
okay. Give me lyrics for a jingle. Now, again, it recognizes that we're still talking about the car wash. It knows the car wash information, right? It knows what we're talking about here. And now it's just building relevant information based on, okay, so we can copy that, go into Sonos, we put in the lyrics, and let's do hip hop. I mean, I've done songs for my kids' birthdays. I've done things for my friends' birthdays. I've done things for our community, like we have an HOA gathering. I've done community like songs that we've sent as invites. So it's super fun. Let's check this out.
We don't hear it.
You don't hear it?
No.
Oh man. Okay. How come you don't hear it?
I'm not sure. Is it just me?
No, I can't hear it either.
Yeah, I can't hear
Okay,
anything.
it's great. Hold on, let me see if I can share it in chat.
If we can't hear it, then you'll have to sing it.
I can't say.
This is funny.
You need to reshare the. Okay, well, here's the link to the song. Let's see if you guys can play it. It's pretty great. I mean, in the seconds that it was created, it's pretty great. Am I sharing screen? All good? You guys still see my screen? Are you able to play the song if from that link?
Yes, it's playing. It's funny.
Okay. Okay, so so now we have the song. Here's another. So in case you don't want to record yourself on video talking about your car wash, there's Captions AI, so you can actually generate clones of yourself, or you can use other AI personas to talk about the message about your service or whatever you're using. The app version, again, is better than the web version, just FYI. So for instance, let's see. This is an ad that I tested yesterday. So let's do a shorts. Upload a video project. Oh, this is AI ads. Okay. So this, I just took a link to this product from Amazon, and it created a commercial for me in different versions for different formats.
So it's gonna generate lip sync and all the body language?
Yes, yes. So
Okay.
you can recreate yourself. So basically, by recording an app, by recording yourself on a video, it gives you like a template, and as you're talking, once you sort of recreate yourself, then when you come back to it, you can say, okay, I want to use my avatar, and you put in the script, same way as we can create a script in GPT in seconds, right? It will create a script, you can just copy and paste, and then it creates a video of your AI character talking and saying whatever script you input into it. Make sense?
And what about emotions and any actions?
Copies.
That's gonna happen?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's cool.
So, for instance, AI ads, that's what I just did. So I don't know, we can do let's do any other car wash, right? Because we don't have our website yet, but which we can also build through AI, right? So let's see Bubbles Car Wash. Where do they got going? Not much here. I'm see if we can do a product. If I do something. I just take a product. I think it's gonna be easier. Although I think you can do it on the service too. I haven't tried it. But let's do here we can just paste any link. It probably can go to even any social media one, right? So now it's gonna create like 4 or 5 different versions. So here it's giving you description. You can change the language here. So say if you're selling this product overseas, I mean, you can do it in any other language. Describe your audience. Women that like cars and and pampering themselves. Right, you can add whatever other media you have. Right, now it's giving you what do you want to talk about, right? FOMO, attention grab, target audience, what are the benefits? So let's do FOMO. So here you can pick from whatever avatars they have already, or when you record one of your own, you will come up as a choice to select. So either it's you talking about it or someone else. You can customize the way the captions turn out. Okay, so it takes about a minute. We can come back to that. Some other tools that I've been also enjoying is Perplexity. This essentially is, I've replaced Google search to Perplexity. I really like the way it searches. It has a great mobile platform, and the way it works, again, this is using AI. It's essentially, what I like about it is that it shows you the sources where your information is coming from, right? So here you can see all the sources that it's been pulled from. You can go into each individual source, but it gives you sort of the highlight answer, right? Like the top search, if you're going to refer to it as like Google search, like this is the information that you really need. And then what I like is like the follow-up questions are really great. Sometimes you're like, oh, I didn't even like think about that, or like I didn't think about asking it in this way. You can rewrite. Again, I have not subscribed to this. I've been using the paid version for the past few months and love it so far. So highly recommend. It also it has like a discover section. So this is kind of like the news dump. And then the library is like everything that you've asked previously. So like this a lot. Lexica is something that I've been using for image generation. So here you can see what styles. To say you want to now make an ad for your car wash. You can pick, any of these images. Again, these can be used, right, for your website, for your pitch decks, for your ads, for your social media, for your business card, for whatever. So I've been using it. Yeah, sorry. Someone have a question? Yeah. So you can pick any image. So this is a paid version, which I have not subscribed. Like I said, I've been just using ChatGPT, $20 a month. I did have Midjourney for a while. I found it. I have not used it as much. Like, I don't like the Discord. I know they're trying to bring it into Midjourney where you can create and generate images directly from here. But the way I've been doing it is I've been finding images that I like. So I like sort of the look of this, for instance. I will copy the prompt, and then I will bring it into my GPT, and I will, for instance, put it into here. What it doesn't like is brand names or associations with like specific styles, but for the most part, it will create very similar images in DALL-E, which is included in your $20.
Would you recommend to make the prompt as accurate as possible, or it's better to put it abstract more?
It depends. I mean, I've done it both. Sometimes I just don't have time and I'm like, let me just write something very simple. And other times I need something, like I have a specific vision in mind, whether it's like a specific lighting or using specific colors. Like this, you see, I've used it you'll see it at the end of the presentation, is like, I took the image that I already had, and then I gave it a prompt, but I needed it to then add specific colors. So it kind of depends on what you're looking for, right? Sometimes you're fine just using some abstract prompt, and other times, you need something.
I have a quick question. I know, which I didn't realize until just about a week ago, my son used ChatGPT to get an image because he has a small business and he ran an ad. And he wound up getting fined $300 for copyright infringement and a cease and desist.
Where did you use the image from something
ChatGPT.
From ChatGPT?
Yeah. So he learned the hard way. This is a very small business, so he lost all his profits for that month. But do you know if Perplexity does where the images aren't protected? Because I didn't even know that could happen. And he did receive warning. So he actually pulled all his photos from all his other ads that he had generated to make sure.
This is the first time that I've heard of it. I think, Rachel, we should do a follow-up class with about IP and, AI. That would be a great class. I would love to learn more about as far as I know, I can probably, sorry. Yeah.
I can find out what he received. And so that way you could have it as an example.
I would love it. Most of the businesses that I know are using images created from ChatGPT. So unless they're using specific branding, some specific logos from others, is he reselling product, or this is his original product?
It's his original product, and one of the points of his product is to help the oceans and remove plastic. So he just used an ocean image or an animal from the ocean. It wasn't even a logo. And he received it. But now that I'm talking to you about it, I'm wondering if that was a scam. So I'm going to have him double check as well.
That was probably, it was very likely a scam. But here's what I'll say. I do not use GPT for image generation. I do use it to help with copywriting. I have written all of our own copy firsthand. And then, you know, the first time, and then taken it to GPT from a marketing and stylistic perspective and said, hey, new event, new speakers, new topic, rewrite this. So, you know, I am cautious about how I use GPT in marketing. And then for us as a women in tech and entrepreneurship group, we try to be we love the chamber, but we try to be anti-stuffy, anti-chamber. And a lot of the stock images that are out there for us are just, they're not very interesting. They're pretty dry. But when we try to run them through GPT, we get these highly sexualized images of women. So when we use DALL-E and ask it for, you know, a diverse cohort of professional women of different ages and backgrounds, we'll get images of women in crop tops with that very injected, filtered influencer look. They're all about the same age. They all have the same exact bone structure. They're just, you know, varying gradient of skin color. And it's really sad and really disappointing. And when you tell it, hey, this isn't professional, it doesn't get much better. We've also had experiences like, you know, we got an image of a woman on a very bright background and we wanted to make the background a little bit darker and we asked it to do that. It did not change the background. It made her cleavage more pronounced, like her. So there are definitely some limits with image gen right now. But that said, my partner used DALL-E and GPT and some of the tools that Alla is showing to make the brand kit for one of his businesses. So he got his logo from there. He's never run into a trademark issue or infringement or anything like that.
Yeah, that's actually a good point. And that's why it's so important for more women to not be afraid of using this technology, to make sure that we're continuing to study, to make sure that we're getting the jobs at the firms that are going to be, you know, influencing like the information that's being put into these large language models, right? They can't be just, you know, like men dictating, right? What does a room full of women networking looks like, right? It's not a room full of crop top women, right? Or so the information in is very important. So the more that we use this, the more we understand it, the more we can influence our friends and say, hey, don't be afraid of this technology. It's not scary. Yes, you have instances that can come up like we've heard, I'm sorry, with your son, but I would definitely investigate that a bit further.
Yeah. And usually with an infringement, you'll get a cease and desist. And if you remove everything right away, you'll never hear from them again. You don't get a fine. They would have to take you to court. Usually, I'm not an attorney. And then the other thing with that is he may have, you know, maybe the fine was he might be using and running ads. Most ads require you to declare AI-driven content. And so if he didn't declare that in the ad on the platform, that could be where that fine is coming from. I've never run into that. I do 100% organic marketing. But even with the organic stuff that we upload, these platforms want us to say, you know, was any part of this generated by AI? So if he missed that click, he might have gotten a slap on the back of the hand for that, but worth looking into.
Yeah, he said it came from the Associated Press. And he went and clicked on the link and he says, oh, it's at their website. I'm like, well, remember, anybody can make a website look like another website. So he's going to forward the email to me. So maybe we can research a little further.
Yeah, keep us updated. Yeah, I'm super interested in learning more about this.
And Lisa has shared a really good guide here as well for copyright infringement in the chat.
Okay. Okay, so once you create an avatar resembling yourself, can others know it's only for your own use? Good question. So do you guys want to see the ad? I'm kind of interested. What's that now? Fire screen. Okay, we're going to go to infinity mode. Okay, so here are the different ads. Again, this is just from the link that we put in. I mean, it's pretty good, right? Oh, you can't hear my sound, right? You guys can hear the actual commercial?
No,
Yeah,
I can't hear anything.
Yeah.
I think there's a setting in your output for Google Meet that may be not turned on.
Okay. Well, anyways, I'm not going to get stuck on that, but you get the point, right? So we went from idea to business plan. We created, an assistant for it. We created an ad for it. We created a jingle for it. We have now ads. You can create. What are some? There are some websites that can also like create literally landing pages for you in seconds. Really great tool also if you're stuck at anything. Future tools, this gives you the entire sort of AI library of all the things that are available for you. So for instance, now you want to create a website, it will provide you all the different website builders that you can use. Try the ones that are free. Like I said, some are better than others, but Future Tools is a great reference for any new AI tools that are coming out, and their news section is actually pretty good as well. Another tool that I've been using is Cider. So I actually have the Chrome extension built in. So here, as you're browsing, for instance, you go to YouTube. Okay, so for instance, you're watching a video. And over here, you will have a summarizer that will come up. So it will give you a summary of the entire YouTube video. It will give you like the highlights, and you can copy that. Maybe you want to write a follow-up. Maybe you want to write a LinkedIn post about a topic that you just listened to. You can share this. You can even watch the highlights.
Is crucial
So
for
it
improving
jumps to
results in
where
life.
the highlights were mentioned, and you can just listen to those snippets. And this goes for audio and anything that you're reading online as well. So this has been a great tool. What else? Yeah, so those are the ones that I wanted to show today. So what you want to do, again, back to the GPTs, for instance, if there's specific positions, right, if there's specific team members that you want to, so now you have your growth partner, say now you want to create a marketing assistant, right, for your car wash business. These are just some of the tools that I have put together, some GPTs. So for instance, you need a copywriter, right? So here's a description. So I put some prompts together. Here is a description of your copywriter. Here is your objectives. Sorry. Here's your objectives that you want to use for your custom GPT. You have Here's the to-dos. Okay, which we can also add in here. Again, uploading files can be now your pitch deck, any kind of like visual reference, and marketing assistant, or this was, what do we call it? Oh, this was a copywriter. Okay, it's just me. Okay, so then, you know, here you can start create copy. Well, we didn't put our brand deck in here, right? So let's upload our car wash brand deck or our business plan. So now it's updating. Here, so you see how this comes up here, additional settings? Use conversation data in your GPT to improve our model. So you just want to uncheck that. Create copy for my landing page for grand opening. Okay, so how long that take? So I have a Notion that I put together, and so it's essentially like these are the assistants I've put together. So entrepreneurs, web designers, growth hackers, business strategy managers. I've also put together personal prompts that you guys can use. You know, different prompts, you know, anything from personal things, right? Identifying niches, then it's divided by sort of subcategories here. And then you can start building out your own prompts. So this is a great tool that I can share. Yeah, does anyone have any questions? Does anyone have any other ideas that they would like to run by here so we can do it together? Oh yeah, anything for job seekers. Okay, that's a great one. Yes, let me show you that one. So window, okay, we're going into infinity mode. Okay, so let's go in here. So you can just go into the regular GPT, right, and use just start updating information or asking specific questions about your maybe a job that you're looking for. There's also some, if you go into Explore GPTs, there's, for instance, LinkedIn optimization. There's a way, there's a GPT that someone built that like optimizes your profile. Oh, it's kind of slow today. Yeah, via LinkedIn post formatter, right? Professional LinkedIn post writer. So if you want to, before your job search, optimize the way you're LinkedIn and the way you're presenting to recruiters, look in here. There's already some that are done for you. There are career, what are they called? Yeah, career coach is a good one. So you can go into here and, you know, I want to switch career, I'm thinking about taking on another job, whatever questions here. So this essentially gives you like advice and tips. You can literally upload your resume. Again, take out your personal information, like make a different copy where you just your experience. I would take out the information with your names and your addresses and things like that if you're concerned about that. You can then, there's, I think, a review CV career coach. So here, I think, for instance, you can upload your, here, how can I improve my resume? So you can drop your copy of your resume here by attaching it, or you can just copy and paste whatever information you think is going to be relevant. Now you want to go into LinkedIn and you want to go into jobs and you want to go into a job. So you can literally copy and paste. Again, I don't know if this is, what am I thinking? Hold on. I'm not into these, I'm not a professional, not a career coach. What are those people that help you find careers? And is it a career coach? Is that what they're called? Anyone?
Recruiter.
Recruitment, right? So I've heard, you know, some people say don't use it as a way to like rewrite your resume, but I've heard other recruiters saying that use this. You can apply to more jobs. So you can say, can you alter my resume to fit my capabilities? I am trying to apply for this job. What skills do I need to be at the top of their hiring pool? So, right, so here's a recruitment. So it breaks it down for you. If you have your resume that you want to upload in here, it will alter the resume to fit the, the job description. If you want to write, so here it's showing you sort of what are the things that they're looking for. Here's maybe where you update your skill set, right, with these keywords. If you need how to stand out, right? Adapt to change, thought leadership, key steps. So updating your resume, cover letter, prepare for interviews. It will help you actually prepare for the interviews. What are the possible questions that you can ask? You can have it right now. They actually just updated through paid version of GPT, the voice capability. So now you can even have.
Is it like dark enough?
Hello. Someone is talking. If you have a question, otherwise I think just you can mute yourself. So can you write me, prepare me a cover letter? I mean, how long did that take us before to write a cover letter for a job that we were applying for? Right. So again, if you are job searching, create your own GPT. Take the resume that your most relevant resume, take out all the, the sensitive part, upload it as a knowledge-based document, right? So it always references any new job that you're considering that you're putting in here. You will say, this is a job that I want to apply, fix up my resume in order to be like aligned with the new job description, right? I mean, obviously look through it. Don't just copy like word by word, but it will make your process of applying for jobs a lot quicker. But recruiters are using AI to find proper, right candidates. So I think it's okay for us to use AI to apply for jobs as well. Yeah, so it's super helpful for job searching. Anyone else? Any other fields of like personal, professional that we can help you find the tools for? Yes, they can. Job application questions. Like I said, you can do mock interviews. You can ask GPT to send you active job postings. Yeah, so there's actually a tool, I forgot what it's called, but it will apply to jobs for you based on you upload your resume, you give it a target job that you're looking for, and it will automatically apply applications for you. I don't know how successful it is, but it's out there.
What about market research? Like if you're developing content and you want to see who else has that type of information or who else is in that space.
So this is a really good one. Hold on, let me start sharing again. Window. So I would say consensus. So when you go into research and analysis, I would look through here. This one I heard is like the best one in the space of research and analysis. Has anyone used this by any chance? I've never used this. For the most part, what I use GPT for is content. So I write my emails, I will run it through GPT, I will do proposals, I will do content for websites or landing pages, any kind of marketing content. I do some image, and just like day-to-day management of the household. One of the best, I mean, homework help is a big one in my house now because I don't remember like 9th grade algebra. I don't. So like I will sit down with my kid, and if he needs help, we'll go through the questions. You can take an image of the questions that he's going for, and I will put on the voice command, and it will ask, and we will just use it as a tutor. Can you please explain to me the answer for question number 1? So definitely use a lot of it in my personal work. This is a fun one. Let me see. I just saw someone before prompt this. So you can design my dream life, right? And you can say, you know, travel every 3 months, you know, make 300 grand a year, you know, be married in a year, and get a puppy, you know, work out every day. Okay, so whatever your dream life is, you can design your dream life and it will break it down for you. Break this down into actionable goals for me to achieve this in 18 months. Let's see. Literally, I saw someone posting this a few hours ago, and I thought it was so much fun. So here, you know, I designed my dream life, so career and finance. So assess current situation, right? And it breaks it down for you in 1 or 2 months. Evaluate your current income streams, identify your skill or strengths. You know, it's develop a strategic plan, execute and optimize. You know, then it broke it down to personal relationship, you know, what you should do, prepare for marriage, self-assessment, find a partner. I know, you know, kind of silly, but I hope this is like getting your juices flowing about what's possible with this, right? Health and fitness. I mean, create a workout plan for me. I mean, you can then like chisel down into each individual goal, and through then, you know, upload this into your assistant. And then every morning when you wake up in the morning, like, what am I working on today? Like, create a goal for me. Like, what am I doing for this week? Right. And then the whole other part that we didn't even get into is like streamlining and optimization, right? And then you can have layers on top of this where you have your assistant, and then you have an API that will plug in into your Google Calendar or your email. And now your assistant can start scanning through emails, putting rough drafts of response emails, knowing that, okay, you get, 85 emails from school that week, from all the teachers, which ones are important, which ones have to have like an actionable goal at the end of it. So this is kind of the beginning, right? It's up to it's how do you create these GPTs that are specific for your goals, for your professional and your business goals. But then the layer on top of it is now streamlining and optimizing this. So you can literally have things in the background, right? So answer emails, how long does that take, right? So remember how I talked about, let me just bring up my slide. 1 second. Okay, you see my screen, right? So remember how we talked about finding what you're, finding out what are the things, what are the needs, right, that you guys are in, what are the things that you need help with right now, right? So really analyzing what are the things that I keep doing on repeat, and looking at your day and saying, okay, I answer emails for this amount of time. I, do proposals for this amount of time. I do job search for this amount of time. How can you streamline some of these things? So really identifying where the need is important in the beginning. And then building the tools, building your custom GPTs that become your partners, right? That you can, come to every single day and make sure that you're not wasting your time in a lot of useless, repetitive stuff. How can we, enhance your life a bit better with the tools that are available for us right now? So yeah, if you guys have enjoyed this, if you enjoyed the time here together, if this is interesting to you, relevant to you, scan the QR code. I do offer one-on-one coaching. I work with different businesses, whether you're a solo entrepreneur or if you have a small to medium-sized company. I've done coaching where I come into the companies and teach them productivity tools as well. So, if you're interested in learning more, scan. We can do a one-on-one session, and we can, get you guys upgraded and make sure that you guys are living your life smarter, not harder.
Alla, thank you so much. I think that this was really helpful for all of us. I also see a lot of really great feedback going on in the chat. I want to invite everyone to keep the momentum going with us. I'm going to share just a couple of upcoming opportunities, and then we'll leave the floor open for more questions and just networking. So if you love the AI content, our next AI-related session online is October 23rd from 12 noon to 1:30 p.m. We'll have Ebony, Vaz, Swarna, and Marley joining us, representing industries like healthcare, marketing and advertising, and ed tech. They are fabulous lady entrepreneurs that are using AI in their business to drive success, to differentiate, and they're going to speak really candidly about that. We're going to have opportunities to ask them questions directly, so hopefully you'll be able to join us again for this event and for other events that we have coming up. You can scan this QR code right here. That is our full list of all of our many events going on. In the month of October, we've got 8 events coming up that you can join us at, including a happy hour in Jacksonville, Orlando, St. Pete, and Tampa, and Fort Lauderdale. We're doing How to Slay a Hackathon with our student chapter at USF. We're, of course, doing that amazing Women Leading in AI session on the 23rd. We've got our rescheduled Gainesville chapter launch. Thanks, Helene. on the 23rd as well. So a lot of opportunities to get involved. And then if you guys want to join us on Slack, stay in the loop on upcoming events, you can scan this QR code to get plugged in. I saw many of you submitting applications throughout tonight, and I'll be sending out email welcomes for you. If you don't see it, it's in your spam folder.